The storm raged across the valley like a wild beast, tearing through the pine trees and sweeping walls of snow across the land until everything seemed swallowed by white. And yet Ethan Carver stepped out of his cabin with the same calm resolve he had worn since the day life pushed him into solitude, tugging his coat tighter as he focused on the fading outline of his late neighbor's property. Old Mr. Harlan's cabin, now silent as a grave, the smoke long gone from its chimney. The old man had died just a week ago, leaving behind whispers of unfinished business and secrets that didn't matter much to the world but somehow lingered in Ethan's mind. He was headed toward the barn when something unusual caught his eye. Tracks, small and uneven, cutting a strange path across the snow toward Harlan's land. They didn't look like any animal marks he knew. Before he could think, the wind carried a faint sound, a soft thud, then a weak whimper swallowed almost instantly by the storm. Ethan's instincts sharpened. He followed the tracks into the open field, boots sinking deep in the heavy snow as he pushed forward through the raging wind. Then over a small ridge he saw someone, collapsed near a drift. At first he thought it was a pile of discarded cloth, but as he drew closer he saw a pale hand, tangled, frost-covered hair, a torn beige dress clinging to a frail body almost swallowed by the snow. A young woman, barefoot, bruised, nearly frozen, lay crumpled as if life had abandoned her mid-breath. Ethan dropped to his knees, brushing snow from her face, and the icy coldness of her skin jolted him. She clung weakly to a parchment, its edges torn and wet. He lifted her into his arms urgently. She felt fragile enough to break and rushed back toward his cabin through the storm, each step burdened with a fear he hadn't felt in years. Inside, he placed her near the fire, wrapped her tightly in blankets, and worked desperately to warm her limbs. Minutes passed like hours until finally she gasped faintly, her eyelashes fluttering open as life slowly returned. "Where am I?" she whispered weakly. "Safe," Ethan said gently. "You were freezing outside." She tried to sit but winced at the pain. Her gaze drifted to the parchment he had taken. "My letter. Did you read it?" "Not yet," Ethan replied. Tears welled in her eyes. "I came for Mr. Harlan," she breathed. Ethan froze. "Harlan? You knew him?"
He sent for me.
"Paid for my passage. I was supposed to be his wife." Ethan stared at her, stunned. A mail-order bride, Harlan? The old man hadn't mentioned a single word about this. "Where is he?" she whispered, fear trembling in her voice. Ethan exhaled deeply. "He passed away last week." Her face crumpled. She wept into her hands, shaking with heartbreak and disbelief. "I left everything." "Everything," she whispered. Before Ethan could comfort her, a distant rumble shook the air, the sound of wheels grinding over frozen ground. Ethan moved to the window. Through the swirling storm approached a dark horse-drawn carriage, lantern swaying like an omen. Liliana's face drained. No, it's him," she breathed. Ethan turned sharply. "Who?" "The man who followed me from the station," she whispered. "He tried to force me into his carriage. He said Harlan sent him, but he lied. He wanted to claim me." Ethan felt rage tighten in his chest. A heavy knock slammed against the door. Ethan raised his rifle. "Who's there?" "Looking for a girl," a smooth voice said. "Blonde, foreign. Her tracks lead to you." Ethan cracked the door. A tall, sharp-eyed man grinned coldly. "She belongs to Harlan's estate. Mail-order brides are property until debts are paid." Ethan slammed the door in fury. Liliana trembled behind him. The man outside began pounding harder, shouting threats. Ethan turned to Liliana. "We're leaving, now." Through the back door, he guided her into the storm, the snow slicing at their faces. Behind them, they heard the front door splinter as the stranger stormed inside. Ethan hurried Liliana toward an abandoned mine hidden within the mountain ridge. Inside its darkness, sheltered from the wind, Ethan lit a lantern. Liliana sank to the ground, exhausted and terrified. "Why won't he stop?" she whispered. "Because some men think they can own anything," Ethan said. "But you're not property." Tears filled her eyes as she looked up. "Why are you helping me?" Ethan hesitated. "Because no one helped me when I needed it. I won't let that happen to you." Hours passed as they waited in the mine, the storm erasing their tracks outside. At dawn, Ethan peeked out. No sign of the stranger, the carriage, or anything alive except the wind. "He might be gone," Ethan said, "but he'll come back." "Won't he?" Liliana whispered. Ethan nodded slowly. Men like him don't give up. But neither do I. He offered his hand, and she took it, her fingers trembling but determined. Together they stepped into the pale morning light, two broken souls bound by a fate neither had expected, heading toward a dangerous future they'd face side by side. If you enjoyed this gripping story and want to know what happens next, how Ethan protects Liliana, what secrets Harlan truly left behind, and how their bond transforms into something powerful, then make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. Your support helps us bring more thrilling, emotional, and heart-touching stories straight to you. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell icon, and never miss the next chapter of this incredible journey.